Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA has been nothing short of a revolution. Her presence on the court has shifted the dynamics of the league, bringing with it unprecedented attention, viewership, and fan engagement. What was once seen as a relatively niche league in comparison to the NBA has now started to garner mainstream interest. All of this can be attributed to the Caitlin Clark effect, which has not only revitalized the WNBA's image, but also created new financial and marketing opportunities that were previously unimaginable. When Caitlin Clark first stepped onto the WNBA court, she carried with her not just the expectations of being an extraordinary player, but also the hopes of many who wanted to see the league succeed. Her impact has been immediate and tangible. With over 1.8 million viewers tuning in to watch her games, Clark has brought in a surge of viewership that has translated into tangible gains for the league. The Indiana Fever, a team that she became associated with, experienced a massive increase in ticket sales and attendance figures solely due to her presence. This led to an impressive $52 million surge in revenue, comprising merchandise, tickets, and various brand deals. What's even more noteworthy about Caitlin's is that she brings such concentrated magnetism to each and every game. Other games without her presence struggle to reach even half the viewership when she's on the court. They had games with her and the average was 940,000 more people watching, proving just how big of a star she was and just how much people liked her. One of the biggest hurdles the WNBA encounters is an overly reliance on star power to gain traction with the masses. Caitlin Clark's popularity has all but become the trademark for everything the WNBA has tried to market. Her face is out there between commercials and social media campaigns. This focus on one player, however, can be a double-edged sword. No doubt Clark's presence has brought in new fans and increased engagement, but it has handed the league vulnerability too. It could put them in significant risk of relying on too much on one player. But what if Clark gets injured, or if she's performing poorly? It shouldn't be all on one person. On the other hand, for long-term stability and growth, we need a more diversified approach at work. No, it's not a new issue for the WNBA, nor is it just a problem in sports we over-rely on just one or two superstars. In the past, the faces of the league have been players like Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi, and Sue Bird, but these players attracted attention, and they didn't necessarily rob the game from thousands of other quality players. The overall viewership and engagement would plummet when they weren't on the court. This is more pronounced than ever with Caitlin Clark. WNBA has to build the league as a whole entity, not market themselves through one or two players. Financial disparity is another critical challenge for the WNBA. Although the league has recently enjoyed a revenue boom, the league's total annual revenue remains well below $200 million versus the NBA's pocket change of $8 billion. The gap is just so vast that WNBA can't make any investments in marketing, player salaries, and expanding the league. Historically, the league has operated in the red, as much as $50 million a year, all of which raise questions about long-term sustainability and profitability. That financial equity needs to be addressed if the WNBA wants to proceed into the future. For example, the league still has to look out for new revenue streams like going global, giving more lucrative sponsorship deals, and turning digital into an opportunity to engage with more people. Caitlin Clark's star power can serve as a spark to ignite these initiatives, but a coordinated effort is necessary to ensure that when this league's star comes up big driven, the rest of the league over-depends. Still, the WNBA has also struggled repeatedly with lack of effective marketing strategies. Caitlin Clark has done well for her league in tapping her popularity, but they've done little to elevate compelling rivalries among teams, season-long storylines, and achievements for other players. Part of the reason the NBA is so successful is the success it has had at marketing rivalries, such as the legendary battles between Boston Celtics and Los Angeles Lakers. Such rivalries help build such a tradition and anticipation that keeps fans hooked all through the season. To keep a loyal fan base, the WNBA must breed rivalries and storylines roughly akin to the ones we have seen thus far. Yet the WNBA has missed one of its opportunities, taking advantage of its team's intense competition and skill to effectively promote that same competition and skill. Some players have already shown incredible talent, including Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu, and they could all potentially be future household names. but they are often underrepresented, overshadowed by the league's lopsided focus on a couple of marquee players. The league can make for a more engaging and more multifaceted narrative by shifting the focus away from individual accomplishments and focusing on team dynamics, and pushing what rivalries, for instance, among other tactics. The WNBA needs to take a closer look at where its short-term gains have taken it and control over the long-term direction. The league has gotten a shot of excitement around players like Caitlin Clark, but it's missed the mark when it comes to hanging on to that feeling all season. We can see in the steep drop-off in audience and engagement watch when these key players aren't active or performing as they should. To ensure sustainable growth, the WNBA must trade behind player-generated marketing and build a strong, palpable brand that resonates with fans on another level. Part of a larger strategy to prop up the entire league, leveraging Caitlin Clark's popularity should be a part of that. What this means is we creating a structure of how to highlight her talent, but also in a way that showcases the other players as well. Rather, merchandise, digital content, and fan engagement activities should all be designed to more strongly connect fans to the league itself. With all this newfound attention afforded to Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook et al. Directed at us, we can run exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes content, community outreach programs to make this attention broad-based, and rather than just focused on a select few, a very balanced and holistic representation of the league. The WNBA also needs to innovate the interactive content for fans. That includes virtual meet and greets, interactive game broadcasts, and social media campaigns designed to get fans interacting. Doing this makes it easier for the league to allow multiple entry points for new fans to interact and be involved with the league, its players, and the sport all together. These efforts can help create a sustainable fan base that will back the league post-popularity of some key players. Another thing the WNBA should think about incorporating is expanding their outreach around the globe. Women's basketball is becoming more popular worldwide, and the league should now grab the opportunity to create a global brand, having international leagues, hosting exhibition games abroad, and America interacting with international fans through local content can be one of WNBA's new revenue streams, helping it to grow globally. WNBA's future success depends on having a comprehensive brand building strategy. In order to guarantee that every season has unique and exciting developments amidst the supposition of the laundering of vast amounts of cash, the league must ensure it creates a strong and unique brand identity that doesn't entirely fall on the shoulders of individual players. This includes having storylines around team and player stories that are consistent marketing messages and emphasizing the league's values and what the league has done for women's sports. No matter who is actually playing, our goal should be to put the WNBA in the position of being a premier sports property, one that delivers a compelling and entertaining product. Building relationships with fans takes a long time, and this is needed to create a sustainable brand identity. That means playing the community, hosting positive role models, and demonstrating how a league and its players change society. Doing so will help bring in fans that can foster a sense of loyalty and pride for the WNBA, which, when challenged in the future, can help the brand stand against whatever it comes up against. Caitlin Clark's WNBA influence was a game changer, until it shone a light on parts of the league that need work. All of these are challenges that must be overcome. Challenges including over-reliance on the individual star power, financial disparities, and ineffective marketing strategies. For the league, Clark's popularity presents a rare chance to leverage momentum to build a more sustainable and inclusive growth model. To have a long, successful future, the WNBA needs to be focused not on individual stars, but on comprehensive branding, promoting diverse talent, and creating interesting narratives. Ultimately, the WNBA's future depends on its ability to evolve and adapt. Caitlin Clark's presence has brought a wave of excitement and attention to the league, but true success will come from creating a strong foundation that can withstand the ebbs and flows of individual player performances. The league must shift its focus from short-term gains to long-term sustainability, ensuring that its growth is driven by a collective effort rather than the brilliance of a few stars. Only then can the WNBA secure its place as a premier sports league, admired and respected not just for its players, but for its vision and impact on the world of sports.